Today on GoTechGeek, we're going to look at the IMORDEN Carbon Fiber S40C handheld camera stabilizer. So this IMORDEN stabilizer is really a great way for getting some smooth video. It works really well for panning or tilting and moving away from or in on a subject. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to balance and use this IMORDEN stabilizer. I'm also at the end of the video going to show you a few examples of how well this actually works. So to install this thing, first you'll want to screw and then attach the quick release plate. After that, you want to prep your camera for using. You want to set your camera to have the same exact settings that you're going to use for shooting. So if you have a zoom lens, you'll want to make sure that your lens is zoomed to the amount that you'll be zoomed. If you have an LCD screen that comes out, you want to make sure that that is out already. If you have a cap on your lens, you'll even want to remove that. So you want to get everything ready because any weight is going to affect this. Once you have the camera mounted, you can just let it hang to see what the current balance is. Go ahead and put the weights on and adjust the height of the stabilizer. You want to make sure that the bottom is balanced slightly heavier than the top. To see this, you'll want to do a drop test. So to do the drop test, you'll just kind of let it hang and you'll let it drop. It should take about 2 to 3 seconds for the bottom of the stabilizer to reach the bottom of the swing. Once you have achieved that, you will need to adjust the quick release plate using the knob and lever, and you can achieve a perfectly balanced camera. So a few tips. For one, this takes a lot of practice. Don't get frustrated if you don't get it on the first try. You just have to keep on doing it. Each time I balance my camera, I get just a little bit better. Another thing I noticed that really helps is after I've got it to where I think it's balanced, I'll kind of shake it, and this helps me show which direction it's not perfectly balanced in. It will start leaning in the direction it's not properly balanced. Another thing you can do to make some minor adjustments for balancing is you can use the weights on the bottom. You can push them in or out to help balance. Once it's balanced, you want to make kind of a mental note of how you have it set up. This will make it easier to set up the next time you use it. So using this is really fun. It's not necessarily easy though. Using this also takes quite a bit of practice. When you use the stabilizer, you want to make sure that you hold the handle in your dominant hand, and then with your non-dominant hand, you want to place your fingers gently just above and below the gimbal. This allows you to do some panning and tilting. You'll want to practice a lot. Not only do you want to practice how you hold this, but you also want to practice how you walk. You want to practice how you tilt and pan. Don't expect amazing shots right away. When you're first learning, it does take a lot of practice. So let me show you some of the examples that I've done really quick just to show what kind of a difference this stabilizer can make. So my first example is a first-person view. This is me just walking up some stairs. On the left, you can see I'm using the stabilizer, and on the right, it's just me holding the camera in my hands. With the stabilizer, it's still a bit bouncy. That's mostly because, for one, I need to practice this a bit more. And also, I am walking up stairs, so you can expect when you're walking, you're going to get some bounce. So you want to practice that a lot to make it as smooth as possible. Even then, it's still really obvious that it is far less shaky than without the stabilizer. The next example here that I have for you is filming a moving subject. You can see that without the stabilizer, everything is kind of just a bit bouncy. With the stabilizer though, everything's really kind of smooth, and I'm also able to pan and tilt a bit if I want to. I did an experiment in the car as well, and this makes it really obvious to see how much the stabilizer improves the footage here. Without the stabilizer, each bump on the road really shows it shakes the camera quite a bit, but with the stabilizer, it's really impressively smooth. The last example I have for you is filming myself walking. So with the stabilizer, you can see that the background is actually really quite smooth. My head does bob up and down, and this makes sense because I actually am bobbing up and down when I walk. Without the stabilizer though, you can see that it's just kind of shaky all around. So the stabilizer really makes a big difference. Overall, I've been really happy with this stabilizer. It certainly takes a lot of practice and I'm still not great at it, but it does instantly improve the video and it's just a great tool to have.